everybody. Good day, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, whatever it is where you are. Welcome. It's been a long time. I'm excited that I'm able to come back to you. I missed you, and I hope you miss me too. Do us a favor and invite everybody that should be here. Okay. We got great topics to discuss with you guys today. So many things have been happening from the last time we spoke, and we have been monitoring all of these things that are happening. So I hope you all can hear me very well. I hope you can hear me loudly. I'm gonna go try to pop up the volume so that those who are not able can hear us very well. But yes, we're here now. We're doing well. Everything is going good. Please, just give me 1 second. We're going to pop up this volume because on some devices they can hear us very well, while on some others they are not able to hear us very well. So that's why from time to time we adjust these things so everybody is hearing us loudly. Okay. So we go to device properties and we pop up the volume. Now everybody can hear us very, very clearly. We're reaching you from Toronto, Canada. And today we're going to have an opportunity to talk with you. I like when I get feedbacks. It shows that you're feeling what others are feeling, or maybe you're not feeling what others are feeling. Yes, a lot of you have been worried about my my game move, my mustache, and I said, Chidi, what's going on? Are you gone religious now? Are you looking like these people? I say, which people? Everybody who is afraid of when they see you with this mustache, they know why they are afraid. But this mustache shows we're angry, we're very, very angry. Yes, it is what it says. We are upset with a certain group of people. They know who they are. And until they turn around and begin to behave the way they're supposed to behave, they're going to get these looks, okay? It is a protest of where things are in Nigeria, in Africa, and so many places where leaders are not doing right. That is what we are protesting, okay? All right. So now we're going to go ahead and first of all, I'd like to congratulate everybody who is a supporter of Biden. Everybody who is a supporter of Biden, we want to congratulate you. We want to thank you guys for Biden being elected as the president of U.S. I know that I mean I'm not someone who took a very, very definite side. I just wanted to see justice play out. And at the end of the day, when Biden was declared the winner, I hated every other thing that Donald Trump did after that time. I'm not such a fan of. In fact, what am I saying? I'm not a fan of. Do you know? I actually liked Donald Trump at the time when he was doing all those shows and everything. But when he became president and he started coming up with all kinds of things, honestly, he wasn't a fan of mine. He stopped being a fan of mine, and then when he lost the election, I actually was happy when he lost the election, and so it was a very welcome development to see that Biden is the president of the United States, and we watched the whole ceremony. We watched the whole ceremony, and and everything about it. We watched it. We saw. It was a regal ceremony, a very prestigious ceremony. That shows you. That showed you how things are supposed to be done. You look at the way U.S. did their ceremony. You saw the security. You saw the saneness in what they were doing, and you knew, okay, they are not perfect. They are not perfect, but you saw their institutions in operation there. That is what you're looking for. That's what you're asking for. Look at the way the lawyers, the judges who actually refused to do what Trump wanted them to do. These judges are judges that were appointed by Trump. but they respected the institution that they represent. They respected the constitution under which they were nominated and approved. Trump all the time thought that, oh, he was the ruler of America. He was just thinking like a lot of African leaders. Sorry to use that as an example, but that's the truth. Trump thought that he was the ruler of America. He thought everything he could do and undo. He was blackmailing the vice president. Imagine, he thought that he owned America. That's what he thought. But America showed him. The United States of America showed him that no, 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 no. We operate under a democracy. We operate under a constitution. He fought so hard to have all the spaces for judge. He is I think he has appointed most judges in his time in office, more than any other American president. He filled all the spaces that were meant for the judges, thinking that that is what he is. It's the same way all dictators behave. The same way Buhari did in Nigeria. He changed the chief judge to one useless man because he knew that they were going to rig the election. The same things that you see happen in Africa. But when it was time for these judges to defend their office, to defend the institution that they represent, look at what they did. They stood by their guns and they did what they were supposed to do. That is the respect that we are talking about. That is the respect that we're talking about. And let me pause to thank all our brothers and sisters from Uganda who we've made friends with recently. A lot of you, I'm happy to have met your acquaintance, and you've been sending me texts. We've been exchanging ideas back and forth. Thank you for opening our eyes more to what is happening in Uganda. We also had some people from Museveni's side reach me, and after I have heard you people, you guys that are Museveni supporters, after I've heard you, after I've spoken with you, I even gave one of you, Charles, a chance to speak on Worship Media. I have come to the conclusion that all of you should be in a mental institution. The way you guys talk, the way you behave, the way you view things, the way you imagine things are going on in Uganda, what you see as the truth, from my own perspective, shows that you guys are detached from reality. You guys are suffering from an illness I cannot understand. But the most I can say is that you guys need to have your heads checked. Thank you so much for all of you who come back to support us, to hear what we have to say. Kiebakua Madina, thank you so much. You're one of our supporters. And People Power, thank you so much. Jeffrey Derrick, Ola Mide, thank you guys. Thank you everybody. Chanye, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Let us know also where you're reaching us from. It helps us know who we are connecting with, and with time we'll get to know all of you. If you're new, don't forget to subscribe, because a lot of us have been here. When we go to the YouTube analytics, it shows us that we don't have up to 50% of our viewers subscribed. So what happens is people come, they watch our program, they like it, but they don't subscribe. Now, you do that because you forget. Let me please ask you to remember to subscribe. We're on a journey to 100,000 subscribers. See, guys, you can do it. Wodemaya is chasing 700,000 subscribers, and we support Wodemaya, and we feel all our African brothers and sisters should support him. And in the same light, we are pursuing 100,000, and we are asking for your support. Let's go over to Uganda and talk about Bobby Wine. Bobby Wine is our hero in Uganda. Bobby Wine is our candidate. Make no mistake about it. You know, the last time when we brought somebody here to talk about Museveni, a lot of you were disappointed. But I don't want you to be disappointed. We wanted people to know that there are people like the guy that we brought. They are actually the problem we have in Africa. And if we don't bring them up so you see them, you might not know that they exist. And that interview opened my eyes. You see, the government of Museveni is wicked, period. There is no sugarcoating anything. He and his cohorts and his team, they are mad people. Mad people. It's not like, you see, when you see a madman holding surgical blades and looking over a patient and is about to cut them open. Can you imagine a madman in a surgical ward inside the theater, and they're about to perform surgery, and the doctor is not there? You turn around because the person was wearing a mask and covering their head and wearing the scrub. You thought they were the doctor, but you only look very closely and you discover that it is the madman that used to be your market. He's the one that is about to perform the surgery. That is what is happening to Uganda right now. A madman is hovering over the country and is about to perform surgery on the country. If you are like me, you will be alarmed. If you are like me, you will be losing sleep over these people. Someone who is calling me right now. I'm gonna handle it. I'm in a show. Are you calling into the show, or do you want to call after? Okay, you can call me in about 1 hour from now. Okay, or you can watch the show. We're talking about Africa. We're talking about Uganda. We're talking about Canada. We're talking about leadership in Africa and how Africa doesn't want to get it right. So you can call into the program later. Just tune into the program and listen a little bit. Then get to where we're going. I'd like to hear your comments. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right, guys. So yeah, I was talking about Uganda and how I think that Museveni is a crazy old man, and those of the people that are around him and supporting him, they talk like the guy that I interviewed the other time. Period. That there is no, we're not sugarcoating it. We're not saying maybe. No, no. That is our belief. That's where we stand in the Ugandan thing. It's only a madman that after all they did to Bobby Wine, they would hold him to house arrest. House arrest is like, not even when you hold somebody to house arrest, they still get to eat. They still get to be visited. They just don't come out. Okay, doctors visit them, their lawyers visit them. They get a supply of groceries and all of that. But you lock Bobby Wine in and you don't allow him to have contact with the outside world. You don't allow them to bring food to them. What are you? That is these people are just so stupid. You don't bring groceries to them. The wife wants to step out of their gates to go and get something from their garden, and you push her back. You try to rough handle her, and at the end of the day, you lock the gate with key. I was watching that soldier locking the gate with the key, and I was feeling so much pity for him. I was feeling so much pity for him. I was like, can you imagine? You're locking your future. You're locking a generation that is supposed to be active, and you are comfortable with a generation that is supposed to be in retirement and resting. And that is how you people think Uganda will make it. And the US ambassador actually came to see Bobby Wine, and the soldiers told them to turn back. And I was listening to the ambassador of Uganda to France in an interview, and he was saying nothing is going on, nothing is going on. It was a free and fair. Like, the man was just sounding like the Charles that I interviewed on my channel, and I'm like, okay, I've seen it. I'm no longer surprised. These are the kind of people that we're dealing with, and it was so pathetic. Thank you, Chinye from Maryland. Thank you, Oscar Ibe Ikechukwu. Thank you so much, John Morris. All of you, I see you. Thank you very much. But the Ugandan situation is a very sad narrative for Africa. I know very well, we know very well that Bobby Wine won that election, but I don't think we've heard the last of the situation in Uganda. If that is the last of it, if that is just the way it has ended, then you guys are giving me justification to continue to wear the hat that I'm wearing, to continue to wear this beret, to continue to wear the bandana, to continue to dress in my military fatigue wear. We will continue like this, to continue to agitate, to continue in our revolution struggle. Um, we just have to continue, okay? That is where we are with things. We must continue because the situation has not changed at all. It has not changed at all. It has become worse. It is a sad situation. So everybody from all over the place, we must rally round the progressive people in Uganda. It may look like what we're doing is not having any effect, but listen to me. You are doing what your generation demands of you. At the end of the day, you will be proud that in your own time you did not sit back and watch people just piss all over you. No, that is what a human being does. A human being fights back. You resist any attempt for someone to 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 pee all over you. No, you can't now. That's why you're a human being. That's why you're not a tree. Okay. So big ups to Bobby Wine. He gave there was a press release today. He spoke. He spoke in his language, and I think we're going to, maybe we'll carry it on our channel, maybe not. But he was able to speak, and I'm sure he'll be able to translate that also into English for his English listeners. But we are supporting Bobby Wine, just to let you guys know. Let's move over to Nigeria. What I'm doing is I'm bringing updates to you guys. It's been quite a while. You saw me speak, so I'm trying to just summarize what has been happening. So by before we go to Nigeria, just to let you guys know that on the 20, is it 25th, the judge will be in Uganda. The judge um, will be pronouncing if Bobby Wine is legally under house arrest or not. So we're going to be watching out for that. They already arrested him. We know he's under house arrest, but the judge will now tell us whether the siege on his house is legal or not illegal. It's so funny, and this is a judge working under that system where they did that massive rigging and nobody can do anything. Imagine. So what are you going to expect from that kind of judge? That's why we are joking sometimes in Africa. Now to Nigeria, let's talk about Omoyele Sowore. Omoyele Sowore just came out of detention, and you would have thought that he will just like keep quiet, and you know how people say, no, Chidi, a lot of you do that all the time. You call me and you say I should go and tell Sowore to just stop, please. Tell him not to come out again. Tell him not to do this. Tell him not to do that. And I like it. It's very, very funny. I mean, I appreciate your sentiments, but I think you should also try to understand who Omoyele Sowore is. He already told you, and I told you this. He's not gonna stop. Sowore, he is not going to stop. In fact, when the government begins to misbehave and do all these things that they do, that is what empowers people like Omoyele Sowore to keep doing what they're doing. So, though he has just been released from detention, he is back on the street. He is back on the street protesting and supporting a journalist. There's a journalist who was killed, and the family is there. The family did not get the correct compensation from the government, and Sowore is out there on the streets protesting. You know, in every country we have young people who are determined to make sure that they see their country be where it should be. And Sowore, just like you have Bobby Wine in Uganda, Sowore is our own. And Sowore went and led a protest in support of the murdered journalist. I'm going to show you guys that video just to let you know what is going on with Omoyele Sowore and why you just have to be proud of people like him and what they do. And if we had a lot of people like him, you can imagine what we will be able to achieve. This is somebody who you would think that, oh, you know, after coming out of detention, he will just like stop. He will just say, okay, you know what, enough is enough. I'm not gonna do anything again, because that's really what the government wants to do. When the government jails activists, when the government puts them through hardship and severe conditions, they want to break their spirits. They want to make it difficult for them to do what they're doing. But if you know people like Omoyele Sowore, you will know that they've been there, done that, and things that the government does not move them. And so I'm going to show you this video, and you see Omoyele Sowore at a protest march. I'm going to forward to where he spoke, because I wanted to.
By this FCT icon, and we are determined to fight until we get justice. Our lawyer is also here, like I said, that our lawyer will.
In the struggle, in the struggle.
You can see this is the daughter of the journalist and the wife, and you can imagine this little girl doesn't have a father as a result of the activities of the police. And now let me forward to where Omoyele Sowore spoke.
Comrade Baba, please.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, and good afternoon to everyone. We are here in support of the call for justice for Comrade Ogu, who represents, who is a symbol of police brutality. And as you are aware, last year was a major foundational protest in this country to force the scrapping of SARS. What has happened to Alex Ogu must be understood within the context of repression and suppression of peaceful protests across the country, of which even I, that standing in front of you, is a regular victim. Alex Ogu was killed while he was covering protests by Shiites. Don't forget that the Buhari regime also killed over 1,000 Shiites in one night. So when you are talking about Alex Ogu, you must not forget about the crimes against humanity that this government has perpetrated over the last 5 or 6 years that it had been in power. And it is within that context that we are in court today to ask for justice, not only on behalf of Alex Ogu, but on behalf of others. In fact, on our way to this small press conference, we found people who had been in prison for 7 years, tortured. One of them had his nails pulled with pliers by Nigerian policemen. All of them had gun injuries in the legs. This is the same country where they said they have ended police brutality, or they plan to end police brutality. I saw, while I was detained between January 1st and January 11th, the place they call Abattoir, where people are still being tortured. I was personally beaten up by policemen. You can see my broken nose. What I'm telling you is that they have not ended SARS, and you can't end SARS without ending the people who perpetrate impunity in Nigeria. And that is President Muhammadu Buhari himself, who is the CEO, the Chief Executive Officer of impunity in Nigeria today.
Okay, so that is Omoyele Sowore out there protesting, and this is someone who has just been tortured, had his nose broken, detained, and all of that from from December 31st of 2020 into January of 2021, and he is not. This is the spirit that you cannot kill, and I don't know why people do not understand this. People do not understand that you cannot kill this spirit. We've been looking, we're looking at a lot of happenings around Africa. Our interest has grown. We're extending our reach to other African brothers and sisters in other countries. Why are we doing this? We're doing this because we are trying to understand. We're trying to understand, to unravel the mystery why you see these things happen on and on and on. Outside, when Africans go outside the continent of Africa, they excel. They excel and they are recognized. When they are inside Africa, in places like Nigeria, Uganda, they are not respected because of the foolish and stupid leaders that we have. Do you see what we're talking about? So what is this problem with Africa? That it is just very shocking. It is something that we don't understand. It just beats our imagination. Why, when it comes to Africa, we behave the way we behave. If I show you this video, you see what I'm talking about when I say that when Africans are outside Africa, they get recognized. They get recognized. There's this Nigerian doctor and his family in the US, and the president of America recognized this guy and what he did in the COVID-19 fight in America. The president called him and his family. I know a lot of times politicians do these things, but they recognize this Nigerian family in the US. What makes you think he is not more proud working for America than working for Nigeria? Listen to this.
President Biden.
Oh.
Talk.
Hi, I'm Josephine.
How are you, Josephine?
Thank you.
12 years old. You're getting old.
Yeah.
You
Wow.
have 3 younger sisters?
Yeah, Beatrice, Francis, and Kitchen.
Catherine?
Yes.
Well, Mrs. Biden, my wife, is the oldest of 5 daughters.
Oh,
You're
wow.
the oldest of 4 daughters.
Yeah. That's a lot of girls.
And you know what's great about being a man who marries into a family with 4 or more daughters?
What's great about that?
What's good about that is one of them always loves you. Even when your wife's married, she just loves you. They always stick with you. You always have an ally somewhere along the line.
That's funny.
Well, you are lovely. I wish I could get to meet you guys. Maybe one day I will.
Oh.
You must be so proud.
So you see that's Biden speaking to this family, and then you can see how excited they are. He went on and on talking with them for a whole 12 minutes. Now the significance of this, because people will say, oh, why are you happy that a white man is calling you? No, it's not about a white man calling you. It's about someone appreciating. Look at this young doctor. There are so many of them from all over the place, from Tanzania, from Kenya, from West Africa, East Africa, North Africa. They are all over North America. They are in the diaspora and they are recognized for what they do. But when they come into the continent of Africa, Africa does not recognize these people at all. That is very, very, very terrible. It is not nice, and it is something that worries me a lot. He continued to talk with them. His other daughter came in, and let me just open this up a little bit.
So we really appreciate that, and I know you're a man of your word, and that is more reason why we follow you all around, anywhere, whatever we do. And I pray that God will give you the wisdom, the direction, to do the right thing, for American people and for the entire world, because your position is a delicate position.
Anyway, so that's Joe Biden calling a Nigerian doctor to thank him for the job he is doing, to appreciate him, as a frontline worker. Now, on the other hand, in Africa, in Nigeria, in Uganda, as we are seeing happening right now, the government does the best it can to suppress young people. The government promotes mediocrity and they promote and they exalt mediocrity and they suppress excellence. They don't like it. They don't like when you speak the truth. They don't like when you agitate for fairness, on justice. They don't like it. They label you a tyrant. They label you a terrorist. Look at what they're doing with ESN. They're doing but anyway, you know why I don't want to talk about ESN too much. ESN, that's the Eastern Security Network in Nigeria. They have moved from talking to doing. So in the stage of doing, we don't talk too much anymore. No, we are no longer talking again. Of course, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did have a broadcast. He did do a broadcast on. You can check it out on our channel. I can just give you a little bit,
of freedom,
a little bit into that, so you know what you can get. But that's just to let you know that things have changed. It is no longer business as usual. So when I don't talk about it, it doesn't mean nothing is happening from that end. No, something is happening. And I'm going to show this to encourage some of our African brothers and sisters who are thinking that, okay, the old disillusioned leaders in Africa, they have their way, they are winning. No, they are not winning. There are people like this who still hold their ground. Listen to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu.
Good afternoon, good evening, and good night to some of you, because I recognize that right across the surface of this very planet Earth, people are listening to us this very morning, even those of you from California in USA. I dread to think what time it is up there right now, but all of you are awake and you're listening to us, and I say welcome to each and every one of you. As always, we preach the gospel of redemption, the gospel of hope. We lecture, we educate, and we tutor on this very noble platform. In Sabangari in Kanu, are they living in of course it's Hausa land? Are they living in the forest? They came to the town. They work very hard. They build houses. They build mansions. They develop the entire place. Is that not what they do? What are Fulani people doing in our forest? Nobody can answer that question. They say that they're pastoralists. I want some of you have had your breakfast this morning. Please go to your fridge or go to where you keep your beverages and you will see pig milk. Pig. Some of us were raised on pig milk. For how many years now? And you keep asking yourself, what is pig milk? Pig milk is the same milk that the cows produce in Holland can be produced in the zoo. Tell me the country in the world aspiring to be a member of the UN Security Council where you move cattle from place to place. Are you people well at all? You so-called Nigerians, are you normal in the brain? I'm asking you a simple question. If you like, keep postponing it. If you like, keep putting it off forever and ever. Only a revolution can solve this very problem, because under a revolution, the powers that be, those that be making your life a misery, will be overthrown. Nobody will say it's a coup anymore. It is called popular uprising. If you destroy that, you're finished as a people. In Africa, we are tribal. First and foremost, we belong to our tribe where we come from. That is why our people need to appreciate this. Very, very critical. That Africa is restructured to recognize where people come from. All these artificial creations by Europeans, Nigeria, this and that, all that rubbish. That is why you can never ever make any progress for the next 6 billion years. You can never ever make any progress in the zoo. Why is it, if we are not tribal, why would a whole presidency come out, Fulani presidency come out and say, we are defending Fulani headsmen? A presidency of the whole of Nigeria, so to speak. It is because by instinct, we are tribal beings in Africa. That is why Nigeria is unsustainable. That is why the man from Ishekiri has to vote to say, this is where I want to belong to. That is why referendum is the only way forward. That is why Africa is poor. Africans must recognize that this is who we are. You cannot live in Lagos if you're an Igbo man during Christmas and start traveling to Sokoto. It's impossible. You must go to Igbo land. You must. That's where you come from. And if they ask you, oh, but you were born in Lagos, you will say, no, that's where my parents come from. They ask your parents will say, that's where my parents come from. They will keep going back until they get to perhaps the 100th generation. That is who we are. And nobody can change it. We are not born on the streets. Some people were born along Ijora or Kota Highway in Lagos. Maybe they are from Urobo. You ask them, where are you from? They say, I'm from Urobo. But I was born in, but this is where I come from. That is who we are. That is why all these useless, idiotic countries created in Africa cannot survive. It can never ever survive. And how do we stop it? Only a revolution can stop it. Only a revolution. If you like, keep postponing it. If you like, keep putting it off forever and ever. Only a revolution can solve this very problem, because under a revolution, the powers that be, those that be making your life a misery, will be overthrown. Nobody will say it's a coup anymore. It is called popular uprising. Don't let anybody deceive you.
Oh well, so that is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I just gave you a tiny snippet of the powerful broadcast that he gave this morning. It is on our channel. Go and watch it, and you will not regret. And for a lot of you, you're being introduced to this person. I'm bringing all this person to let you guys understand that it is about time. You see all these young people, you see all these progressive people who are speaking about Africa. You see Malema in South Africa, Julius Malema. You see Bobby Wine. You see Omoyele Sowore. You see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and there are lots and lots of them. But the rulers in Africa will not allow these young progressive people to breathe, to have their way. I don't know the cause. We must break this jinx, and that is why I'm happy to announce to all of you, listen to this. In a couple of weeks, this is what we've been working on. We've been working so hard. It is very difficult, but we're going to have we're going to have a lot of important people. Why do I call them important people? They are VIPs as far as I'm concerned, because these people, they are people that they have Africa in their mind. The way they treat Africa, the way they share Africa, we are very, very proud of them. I'm talking about somebody like Professor P.L.O. Lumumba. Professor Lumumba, you guys know Professor Lumumba. You've heard him speak. You know the kind of person he is. In my quest to find out what is the problem with Africa, what is it that is wrong with us, I've been able to reach out to the prof himself, and he will be available to speak to me and to speak to all of us on our channel on the 17th day of February 2021. That is by 2 p.m. Kenyan time. 2 p.m. Kenyan time. That is on the 17th day of February 2021. We're going to have Professor P.L. Lumumba live on our channel. I thought you should be clapping by now. It's not easy, and I really want to also pause and thank Susan West. Susan West, I'm hoping that if Susan West is here, that she can put up her link, the link to her channel, so that we can subscribe. You see, this is what we do. We always support one another, and we reached out to Susan, and we're also going to interview Susan by on Saturday. Actually, after this, we're going to do a flyer, and we will be able to share this flyer with you guys, and you guys will get to know who Susan is. Susan is a blogger, and Susan helped us to make this contact. So Susan, thank you so much. We are going to be able to interview Professor Lumumba. I'm so excited about it, because these are people that we should be listening to. We should be listening to them because we are at a point where we need direction. We need direction. These people that are ruling us in Africa, they have messed up. They have put us in a very precarious situation, and we need people to help us. We need people to help us. That's why we need people like Professor Lumumba. Also, that is a man's perspective. We are also we are hoping we'll be able to get Her Excellency Dr. Arikana, Ambassador Arikana, to speak on our channel. We're also working on that, and Susan is also helping us to make that happen. You see why we're very grateful to Susan, and we'll be telling you guys a lot of information about that when we'll be, if it happens. We're still hoping to hear back from their team, but that's what I posted there is Susan West's channel, and please, you can go there and subscribe to her channel and encourage her and appreciate her. And you just keep praying for us that all these people that we are reaching out to, that we are very, very able to bring them so that they can speak to us and we can gain from their wealth of experience. We need all these people. All right, so finally, I'm going to talk about Canada, but before I talk about Canada and give you an opportunity to call in, let me warn those of us in Nigeria who go around with this new thing they call Ibutike. That's what they call it. That people go and they send money back home for you to I'll show you guys the picture, and I'll talk a little bit about it. There's a guy called Onyeze Jesus in Nigeria. That Onyeze Jesus, I want to tell you that where you're headed, you need to be careful. This is a time when we should be, investing our energy on serious stuff, and this guy is busy doing what I don't even know. I don't know whether should I be saying this. I hope I am not trying to promote him, but I need to talk about this. I really need to talk about this. I think it's important that I speak on it before we end. Um, People that are, especially people in the diaspora, this guy convinces you to send him money, and they go and buy animals, like they go and buy sheep or ram, and they do some funny incantations and libation for you, I mean on your behalf, and then he convinces you that that will make you succeed where you are. And the thing that is amazing to me is that I see people who are supposed to be reasonable, people you thought they were reasonable, they are falling for this man. I'm just giving him 2 minutes of shame as a piece of information before you get duped by people like this man. He's calling himself Onyeze Jesus. You see all those guys there, they will go stark naked. We've tried to, actually, Erica did a good job of covering them so that we don't get into trouble with face, YouTube. So that's why you see them covered. But these people, they go and buy ram. People send money to them, they go and buy these animals, and they do these funny sacrifices so that the people, imagine in Nigeria, they are doing juju for you to succeed in Canada, in America, in Dubai, in Italy, wherever you are. Can you imagine? And you believe it. Somebody that doesn't have light is doing medicine for you to have light. Can you imagine that? Somebody that when they get sick, there's no hospital for the person to go to, but is going to do juju for you so that you'll be able to go to hospital. Is it not madness? And what is annoying to me is that our people are falling for this. Please, I just had to give him his 2 minutes of shame so that you guys will know what is going on. I don't want you to fall into this man's hands. There's a short story about him. There are some trending videos by a certain Onyeze Jesus who shows men and women in search of quick and easy riches being taken to a river, clutching rams for money rituals. The pastor, imagine, this guy calls himself a pastor. That's why when you say pastor now, some of us don't even want to agree that we are pastors, because people have bastardized this name. And you see why people like this are even getting popular is because of the failure of a lot of our pastors. What our pastors have even pronounced, even in the course of these American elections, the way they behaved, honestly, it leaves a lot. It leaves a lot to be appreciated about a lot of our African pastors. That is a story for another day. But please do not get involved with this guy. They will dupe you. Don't come back to me and complain. I will say, did I not tell you? Did I not tell you? Please let us. It's trending seriously. You know, it's funny how these things trend, and you think it's a joke. Okay, let's move on. Let's move over to Canada, and I am very, very proud. To those of you who know, you know Jim Carrigianis. You know how Jim Carrigianis defended Omoyele Sowore. You know how Jim Carrigianis is in love with everything Africa, and he works with us to to make sure that whatever it is that we're doing around the world, especially whatever we're doing in Africa concerning human rights, that he makes sure that he supports us as much as possible. Well, Jim stopped being a member of the Toronto City Hall sometime last year, and we all felt very, very sad. Okay, and a lot of you know what I mean. I don't want to go into details. Jim was actually being picked for the post of mayor, and of course they started with witch hunting. It's okay, we understand his politics, but they failed to realize that Jim is not someone, is not a pushover. But that's not the story now. Story now is that I'm glad to announce to you guys, I'm talking about our folks in Toronto that Jim never left the building. Why do I say this? We have Nick Mantas. Nick Mantas is now the councillor elect for Ward 22 Scarborough Edging Court. Now, Nick Mantas is the person who has worked with Jim as his personal assistant. So, what does that tell you? You can read in between the lines and you will see that we still have influence at the City Hall in Toronto, Canada. I'm so happy, and I thought I should share this list. I should share this good news with you guys. I just found out yesterday. It happened, but I just found out yesterday. And if you know, you know. But I had to let us know about that interesting piece of news. We're also supporting a candidate in the Black Creek, and let me tell you the area where we're supporting a candidate. And I want those of you who live in that area, I'd like for you to get in touch with me so that I'll tell you all about it. Yeah, the Humber River and Black Creek area. The Humber River and Black Creek area. If you live in that area in Toronto, please get in touch with me. We have some business to deal with. You have to get involved. I don't know why you keep saying, oh, I don't like politics, I don't like politics. If you don't like politics, if you don't want to get involved, then you don't have a right to open your mouth and complain. You must be active. And let me show you guys the area once more. I'm talking to my guys in Canada right now. If you are in Canada, if you live in Ontario, if you are in Toronto, I need those of you in Ward 7. In Ward 7, please. If you live in Ward 7, that is the Humber River and Black Creek area, please get in touch with me. We have a candidate there. She is African. She is from Guinea. You see how we keep trying to help our African brothers and our African sisters. So wherever we hear Africa, we go there and we try to help. So let's get around and help our African sister. Finally, on Monday, we're going to be on Saturday, which is actually tomorrow, we're going to be having this interview with Susan. Okay, Susan West is the one who has helped us to be able to make contact with Professor Lumumba, and we are going to be interviewing Susan tomorrow. There will also be a flyer, so watch out for the flyer, and we will be interviewing Susan tomorrow. It's important that we listen to a lot of our African people who are seriously looking into African issues and doing something about it. So the flyer will be up, but it will be tomorrow 10 a.m. Toronto time, and that 10 a.m. Toronto time is going to be about 10 to 3 p.m. in London and 4 p.m. in Nigeria. That will also be like 7 p.m. in Uganda. So please tune in and let us have a very powerful discussion. Yes, it is time that we as Africans take charge of our country. They can't always be using us to describe a place where things are not working. All right, I hope you got something from today. If any of you want to call and ask a question, make a contribution, the phone line is open. I know we've stayed, it's almost an hour, but you can go ahead and call in, make your contribution, ask a question, and we will take that question. I'll be willing to answer that question. So the line is open. The number to call is +1 647 989 2837. You can go ahead and call, and we will take your question. It could be on any topic, it could be concerning anything. I know we've been away for quite some time now, so a lot of people did not even know we were going to come live. But there you go, we came live, and tomorrow we'll be live by 10 a.m. Toronto time, 4 p.m. Abuja time, and 3 p.m. London time to continue our discussions on Africa from a female perspective. Let us know how our ladies, our mothers, feel about what is going on in Africa. That is what we're going to be discussing tomorrow with Susan West, who knows so much about Africa. She's a TV personality. She has interviewed a lot of African leaders and personalities, and we want to tap from her experience. So please make sure you invite people. Let me. I think Jerry was calling, and I wanted to get Jerry's perspective on what is going on in Africa. Let me send Jerry a note. Let me send Jerry a note. Yeah. But for the rest of you, I really want to thank you. Somebody says, I saw the video, but I didn't watch it. Oh my goodness, what is going on? Okay, I don't know what you're talking about, Rita. But when you say what's going on, I don't know. Okay, you're talking about the Ibutaike. I don't mind those people. They are so misguided. And Nahoro Ima, I see you. Rita Ekagwere, I see you. Thank you so much. AWB, thank you. Drake Pan, Peter Justin Fury, Edosa Edegbe. I see all of you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I appreciate every one of you. Jerry, if you're watching, this is the time for you to call. Otherwise, we are going to come to the end of the program. Remember that we are looking to get to 100,000 subscribers. We are still at 74,000. So that means we need 25,000. That's what we need, 25,000. Jacob B, I see you. How can I forget you? I beg. No vex. So I see you. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Esther Oluyide. This is our revolution grandma. Thank you so much, Esther. I appreciate you. I appreciate all of you. Our struggle must continue. We must never give up. One day we will all gather and we will talk about this time. But we'll talk about it rejoicing. It will not always be like this. Yes, it will not always be like this. All right, my people. I think this is a good time to bring the show to an end. Please join us tomorrow as we will focus on Africa, and we'll talk about the future of Africa, the future of its generation, and what we must do to sustain this struggle. Now, from all of us here in Toronto, Canada, on behalf of Dr. Erica, my name is Chidi. I want to tell you, like always, that I love you, and please stay safe. Bye-bye.